learning from one another. Damon doesn't hesitate to tell us, where we have opportunity to grow. So that's really helpful. I want you to ask me all the questions. I want to make sure you understand every bit of the process that we're going through. Hey, it's Rachelle. I'm a buyer's agent here at Damon Gettier Associates Realtors. So I actually started in real estate and with DGA about a little over 5 years ago. I actually bought an investment property. I was very intrigued by the home search of just seeing different houses. I was very intrigued by working with the lenders and him going over the documents. Honestly, it really seemed like a really simple job. And I was like, okay, I want to do that. And maybe 4 or 5 months later, I enrolled into a real estate class. When I was in class, Don actually came out and introduced ourselves and explained how Damon Gettier Associates Realtors work. Once I started interviewing realtors after I had passed my exam, Damon Gettier was the first on my list. One of the biggest reasons I wanted to start with Damon or interview with them is because they offer very good opportunities for part-time agents. And at the time, I still had a full-time job. So we actually just talked about the benefits. I would still get training benefits I would get as a part-time agent. And then Don went to explain the opportunities we would get lead wise and how much DGA takes off our plate because we actually work as a team. So from there, I signed up with Damon and I've been here ever since. A typical day for me, usually we start our mornings with a 8 a.m. Zoom meeting just to set a goal for the day. We call it our win for the day. That just pretty much dedicates us to actually prospecting and getting new business. After the 8 a.m., which typically lasts about 15 minutes, I start my day, my work day, and that consists of me prospecting, reaching out to prospect buyers that have been looking online somewhere at homes. And I typically do that between about 8 to 11, 8 to 12 sometimes, depending on how it goes. And once I'm done with my prospecting, I then dive into inventory looking, have current buyers that are looking for homes. So I'm just searching our database, the MLS, Facebook Marketplace, Zillow, just looking for any inventory I can send them that fits what they're looking for. And then after that, so let's say I do that from about 12 to 1:30. Following that is typically when I start my appointments for the day. So if I don't have anything scheduled already, I'm still following up with those people I just reached out to see if anything I sent I need to schedule for appointment that day or the following day. But most of the time I already have something scheduled. So then we just start appointments. And typically for me, appointments can last anywhere between about 2 to 6. I try to, especially during the winter months, try to be done showing by 6 o'clock. So here at Damon Gettier Associates Realtors, we are provided with a ton of tools that allow us to flow through the day a lot easier than if we were just cold calling clients. One of my favorite things is in our CRM, we actually have a ton of filters. So just depending on how my calls are going, or maybe what clients I'm trying to aim at, or sometimes I even find my clients based on new inventory has hit the market. Sometimes you'll see a property come on the market and it's price perfect, the pictures look amazing, the area is really sought out, so that more than likely the people that you normally see just browsing online are actually looking at that property. They have a filter to where we can see where people are recently active and what properties they're looking for. So those are my go-tos for the day when it comes to prospecting. Another really good tool I love about DJ is the access that we actually have to Damon and then our office manager Dawn. We have a 11 a.m. call every day. This call just allows us to just get whatever off our minds off, whether we're just venting, we have a new scenario we never came across and we just need some advice, or legitly have some questions to get through. So I do love the constant access we have to continue to educate ourselves daily. So one of my favorite things about being with Damon Gettier Associates Realtors for one is that we actually are a team. Some of us have been, or some of the people that I'm currently working with have been here since I've started. Love them all. I think we work really good together. Can ask one another questions. We growing off each other. Majority of our team on a regular basis just for advice. When I know I am lacking somewhere and I can see that one of my team members are actually doing that really well, it's no problem for me to just pick up the phone and be like, hey, I need your help, or can you tell me how to do this? So that is really good because we've built wonderful relationships here. My absolute favorite part, and will always be my favorite part about being with Damon Gettier Associates Realtors, is Tuesday meetings. I started again as part-time. Being a part-time realtor is hard, especially when you don't actually have time to come in the office. You're not building relationships trips. You're not seeing faces. Nobody knows who you are. So the first time I actually decided to come in the office and meet my team was on a Tuesday. And it just gave me like so much motivation to actually be like, okay, this is my career path. Learning from one another. Damon doesn't hesitate to tell us, where we have opportunity to grow. So that's really helpful. I'm talking about market trends, finance changes when it comes to loan programs and things that we see changing there. We're growing as a team daily. Most of us being here for quite a bit is never like hard feelings when one of our scenarios that we could have made a mistake or have a growing opportunity. Damon is going to talk to the team about it so we can all grow from it. And nobody's like upset or anything. We're really just tuned in. We're all here to build individually, which allows us to build together as well. So my approach when it comes to working with first-time home buyers is honestly getting face-to-face with them as soon as possible. And I try to avoid it being like at a house or a showing. I like to do coffee dates, lunch dates. I work with a lot of first-time home buyers that have children. We do ice cream dates. Not a fan of those that much. I learned not to do cones. You have to do a bowl of ice cream or ice cream dates or it's going to be a mess. But I've also met first-time home buyers at a park. A lot of people have children. Sometimes their only availability is on the weekend when they have their kids. I understand. My biggest thing is to get in front of you. I want to talk to you about the process. A lot of people come into the home buying process with some type of idea of how it should work because they're talking to friends, family, coworkers about the process. That's my very first question. What have you heard about how this is supposed to go? And what questions do you have for me? I don't want to bombard you with information that you already know or maybe even think you know. I want to just make it really conversational. I can't just, go over paperwork with you. We're just sitting down and have a conversation. I answer your questions and then we actually walk step by step through the process to make sure that you're comfortable. It could be a 30-minute conversation. It could be an hour and 30-minute conversation. What I always remind my first-time home buyers is you're not going to remember everything that we talked about today, and that's okay. I will document it. You'll get documents of everything we went over. But when we're actually going through the process, I'm going to say, hey, you remember we had this conversation. I told you we'll do this, and then kind of remind you what we talked about as we're getting to those steps. And if I get clients that have already purchased houses, it's really the same goal. The conversation just goes a little bit different. A lot of second or previous home buyers, they have an idea of how the process goes, but some of them are so stuck on that idea that they don't realize that the market changes often. So our goal is to still get face to face. I still want to sit down with you and talk about your goals when it comes to home purchasing, but then we're going to go through the process so you understand that the market has changed since the last time you bought a house. Loans may have changed since the last time you bought a house. Contracts and everything of that nature have changed. So it comes time for us to offer, start inspections, closing on the house. You know exactly what is going to go on this go round opposed to your last home purchase. So when it comes to my value and why I feel like somebody should choose me opposed to other realtors is every single client that I work with, I am really looking or trying my best to stand in their shoes. I am saying, if I am spending this money on this house, is it a good financial decision? Is it a good house? Could I see myself there long term? At the start of the conversation, some people can tell me 100% things that they want for sure, and then things that are like, it would be nice, but I don't have to have it. But when we're looking at houses and next thing you know, your must-haves are coming to the bottom of the list, I actually remind them because I don't want you to be in here 6 months later and be like, gosh, I really do want that dishwasher that was on my must-have list. But that's just a scenario. And in every essence that I'm working with the client, I'm just trying to visualize myself in their shoes. I am trying to work for them as if I want somebody to work for me. I'm communicating constantly because that is one of my biggest pet peeves when it comes to any type of business transaction is to stay in constant communication. So whether there's something really big going on or it's a really mellow transaction, you're going to hear from me if it's just to just let you know everything is going good. I want to educate you during the process if you seem a little hesitant or if I feel like you're just telling me, yes, you understand, but I can kind of see like, no, you're not grasping it. We're going to slow down just so we can speed up in the future. That's something I would want somebody to do for me because I'm too shy or I feel like, I might be wanting to ask a ridiculous question. No, I want you to ask me all the questions. I want to make sure you understand every bit of the process that we're going through. And then another thing I think my clients love about me, and I would appreciate it for anybody I'm working with in any business aspect, is I don't know it all. I don't know all the questions you ask me, but I'm not going to fake it. I'm not gonna give you an answer and then have to come back and correct myself. If I give you an answer and I'm unsure of it, I will let you know that. So I'll tell you, I think it's this, but let me fact check that. But I'm very quick to say, I don't know. I've never been in this situation before. Let me call my broker. Or I will tell you, this has went like this for me before, but let me do some research. But you will always know that I'm trying my hardest to get you the accurate answer, opposed to just blowing you off or giving you an answer that really isn't correct. So you've probably heard this before, but buying a house is more than likely going to be one of the biggest investments that you're going to make. But it's bigger than a house. It's about getting you where you want to be, your house. If you are ready to purchase your home, whether it be your first time home or another purchase for you, please feel free to reach out to me. Again, my name is Rachelle here at Damon Gettier Associates Realtors. You can reach me directly at 540-299-2875. My email address is RachelleBeck@DamonGettier.com. Thanks for watching. We'll see you soon.